For this Keep It Simple Smarty assignment, I researched advice from famous fictional writers and I came across 4 different quotes from 4 different authors that I really liked because the advice that these authors are giving I use when I'm writing my Storybird short book. So I'd love to give you all advice and tips that can hopefully help you with creative and narrative writing.
Tip 1. In the planning stage of the book, don't plan the ending. It has to be earned by all that will go before it.
When I came up with an idea for our Storybird assignment, I knew exactly how I wanted my story to end. When I started developing each new chapter every 2 weeks, I realized that my story was going in a direction that I didn't plan for it, but I'm really liking what I have written so far. So I've accepted the fact that my story may not end the way I intended for it to end, but I'm just letting my new ideas take my story where it belongs. If any of you have planned out your ending of your book, my advice is to not get so caught up in trying to steer your story to the specific ending and just trust your ideas to give your story the ending it's meant to have.
Tip 2. Don't tell me the moon is shining. Show me the glint of light on broken glass.
My interpretation of this quote is to be more creative with the words you choose to use when describing something. For example, instead of saying the phrase, I cried, you can better say something like, I felt tears flood my eyes until they burst and made long streaks run down my rosy cheeks. It's important to make sure your story is very detailed and you incorporate our 5 senses into your descriptive writing, so your reader feels drawn into your book and you give them a clear image of the message you're trying to convey.
Remember, when people tell you something's wrong or doesn't work for them, they are almost always right. When they tell you exactly what they think is wrong and how to fix it, they are almost always wrong.
It is important to have others read your story. If they give you advice or say something doesn't sound right, take that advice. If they tell you exactly what to change and what you should do to change it, trust your gut and don't let their opinion change what came from you. This is your work, not the critics.
Tip number 4. Always carry a notebook, and I mean always. The short-term memory only retains information for 3 minutes. Unless it is committed to paper, you can lose an idea forever.
I've noticed that typically my best ideas come to me late at night, so I keep my laptop next to my bed in case I come up with an idea I want to incorporate into my story. When I sit down with my computer and I only have an hour or so to work on a new page of my book, I tend to not like the writing that I create, and I feel like I could think of something better to write. The times where an idea just randomly pops up into my head are typically my best ideas, and they create my best writing. So I advise you to have something near you that you can write with, or just jot down your ideas if anything pops up into your head, so you don't lose those ideas, because they're most likely better than any other idea you would get if you were just sitting there and you felt pressured by time to write your story. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to the advice and tips you guys give on creative and narrative writing.